Nintendo is a famous Japanese video game company. They have sold countless systems and games and are home to many of gaming's icons like Mario and Link. Today, I will be going over how to use their latest system, the Nintendo Switch, which is a hybrid of a home console and a portable console. Let's begin. The starting price of a Nintendo Switch will be $299. When you open up your Nintendo Switch, you'll find these items inside. The Nintendo Switch system, 2 Joy-Con controllers, the Switch dock, the Joy-Con grip, 2 Joy-Con straps, an HDMI cord, and the AC adapter. There are no games included in the standard version of the Switch, but a special version can sometimes be found. The standard cost for most games will be around $60. Inside the game box will be a small cartridge. This is the game. The game slot for the Switch is located on the top right corner of the Switch. Simply put in a game with the picture facing forwards, and then close the lid. One of the first things you do is set up the dock and the Switch. Turning on the Switch will give you some basic instructions. The power button can be located on the top left of the system, with the volume button being located right next to it. Hooking up the dock to the TV is really simple. Simply take the AC adapter, plug it into the wall, and then plug the other end into the dock. From there, plug the HDMI cord into the Switch, and then plug the other end into an HDMI slot on the TV. From there, simply place the Switch into the dock and tune into the correct HDMI, and the Switch will transfer onto the TV. Now that it's hooked up, time to learn about the Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons are the system's main controllers. The Joy-Cons are split into the right and left controller. The right and left have slight differences, such as a plus or minus on the top, or the home button on the right, and the button to take pictures and videos on the left. The Joy-Cons can be placed onto the system and be used on the go. They can also be used split up as one or combined into a Joy-Con comfort grip to make it feel like a more natural controller. The Joy-Cons can also be equipped with the Joy-Con straps, which are used to make sure they don't go flying out of someone's hands. The strap should always match with the plus or minus found on the right or left Joy-Cons to avoid getting stuck. There is also a lock at the bottom to ensure they don't slide off. Remember to unlock it before removing the Joy-Cons. In order to remove the Joy-Cons from anything, simply press the little button on the back and slide it out. You can also use the Joy-Cons as 2 separate controllers so a family or friend can join in on the fun. Also, both Joy-Cons are able to use gyro and motion controls for certain games. Gyro is sometimes used for better aiming in some games like Splatoon 2, and motion is sometimes used like a pointer to the screen like in Little Inferno. Next on the list is some features of the system itself. The Switch has a few things on it that are very important. If you wish to play on the go, one of the most important things is the kickstand, which is located on the back on the right of the system. Simply open it and the system will be able to stand on its own. Also located with the kickstand is the slot for the micro SD card. Put the card in the slot for extra space for games on the system. And now on to the main menu for the Switch. On the top of the screen, you can see the profiles. These are simply so you can have multiple users playing with different save files at the same time. On the bottom, you will notice a line of 6 buttons. These buttons have different uses, and I will be explaining all of them, from left to right. The first button is the news button. This button will give you the latest news from Nintendo and sometimes even some tips and tricks on their games. The second button is the eShop. The eShop is Nintendo's online store where you can purchase games to download directly onto your system. There are also lots of eShop exclusive titles, so look around every now and again. The third button is the Pictures and Videos button. This allows you to look at all the pictures and videos you have been taking using the left Joy-Cons button. The fourth button is the Controllers button. This allows you to sync new controllers or even change the order of the current controllers connected. The fifth button is the Settings button. The Settings has many options in it like Wi-Fi, parents control, data management, and much more. The sixth and final button allows you to turn off the system instead of hitting the button on the top of the console. And that is the basics of how to use a Nintendo Switch. The Switch is a fantastic console with a great lineup of games and an easy to understand menu. Its ability to be used anywhere is a great feature for the system. Being able to play with your friends and family anywhere can add lots of hours of fun and enjoyment to your life. Nintendo really hit it out of the ballpark with this system, and I hope you get to use this amazing system to its fullest. Thank you for watching.